Rooted in nature, optimized by science.
KBLA Talk 1580 is dedicated to empowering our communities by providing progressive talk radio for our audience. We strive to be an intersectional voice for the voiceless. As a Black-owned and operated station, we are committed to highlighting diverse perspectives and creating safe spaces for meaningful dialogue. We believe that everyone has something unique to bring to these political, economic, social, and cultural conversations, and we don't shy away from the hard conversations about current events. We endeavor to be a beacon of hope and understanding, while boldly challenging listeners to think more deeply about difficult topics that impact us all. With this in mind, our mission statement at KBLA Talk 1580 is simple: to create an inclusive platform that promotes civil discourse through honest dialogue and encourages personal growth among our listeners, so they can become the active agents of change. Our vision is to establish ourselves as the premier radio network with relevant programming across the beloved community, connecting people through shared experiences and collective power for lasting impact beyond these challenging times.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
In today's video, I want to talk about how nice guys tend to get narcissistic women. I've spoken to so many different guys in my coaching practice, and some have told me that they just want to swear women off forever because they think every woman is a narcissist. Other guys have realized that they repeat the same kind of relationship over and over again. I want to talk about 5 aspects of being nice that I think are twisted in the minds of some people. And once you get to the root of that and you change and realize what nice really means, I know it can help you to shift out of repeating these kinds of relationships. So let's get started. Number 1, nice guys tend to think that by letting their significant other do whatever they want, make all the decisions, just yes their significant other to death, that would be the making of a wonderful relationship. Because after all, when we don't go along every time with the other person's wishes or desires or goals, the other person gets upset, and that equals an unhappy relationship. That's the thinking of a nice guy, okay? Usually what's beneath that way of thinking is a fear of conflict. The person is afraid to say no because the other person's going to get upset, or they're afraid to state what they really want to do because that means the other person's not going to be happy. So they sacrifice themselves thinking that that's going to produce a happy relationship. The problem with that is a healthy woman is not going to be attracted to that because she never knows where the guy stands. A healthy woman doesn't want a guy that says yes to everything she wants. A healthy woman doesn't want a guy that goes along with her opinion as if he doesn't have an opinion of his own. She never knows where he stands. She never knows who that real person is on the inside because he's so afraid of conflict that he's willing to sacrifice his wants and needs to please her. A narcissistic woman, on the other hand, loves a guy that's willing to sacrifice his own needs and wants to make her happy because then they have a lot in common.
Hold on now. Michelle Lee Neves is in here cooking. Somebody said, I think it was Third Eye. He said, why is it the woman's version of a nice guy is a spineless simp? Most men are spineless. See, listen. You don't get to claim Supermax man. I'm Supermax man. Just by virtue of you being a man, biologically male. Being a man is about overcoming yourself. I know you don't, brothers, and the female narcissist loves you because you're really a punk. You peanut butter and jelly and cotton on the inside, but on the outside, you built like Adonis. You got all the stuff you supposed to have. She love you because she gonna punk you. There's a lot of brothers who swear they like on point. I'm doing a TV show, The Situation Shift. It airs every Monday night at 9 p.m. on Our TV, right? That's a television show television station up in the Bay. And they're starting to syndicate this show all over the nation. What I'd like you guys to do is download the Our TV 78 app. Our TV 78 app. Download it right now. Monday, soon as my show is over here, I go to the cigar lounge and put it on the big screen and we watch it. All right? I had a comedian on, and he was talking all this huff and puff man stuff. Yeah, I'm a man. She should follow my lead and trust me to lead and trust me to be the man and trust me to do this and that. I said, have you ever been to therapy? No, for what? Okay. I said, brother, have you ever looked inside yourself to see what it is you need to work on intrapersonally? What? What are you talking about? You use a simp. That's a simp. Because soon as she's fine enough, soon as she's interested enough, you gonna trick. I know y'all don't want to hear that, right? You gonna jump through hoops like the female narcissist wants you to do. Then you get mad when you get taken for everything. She took it all, man. All I did was try to love her, brother. Yeah. Listen, self-work makes you a relationship sage. Uh-oh. Am I giving away too much, right? Self-work, brother, makes you a relationship sage. You don't want to be a relationship sage because you got old ideas. You think you can own her. You think you can control her. You think you can possess her, but you really can't. The only thing that can make her capitulate in any way, shape, or form is your conquered self. Your Rudy Poot car gonna be old in a year and a half. Promise you. Promise you. It's designed for that. That's why all of the major car manufacturers have their maintenance set up. That's where they make most of their money. Not on the car, but on the maintenance. Come get them brakes done again. Come get some new tires. It's about time. Come get the oil change. Huh? That stuff don't hold no weight. Listen, your conquered self is the weight, brother. I'm sorry. Reggie, Austin, Texas, get back in here. I'm sorry.
Man, my big question to you is, if you are doing some narcissistic things and they are working for you, they're getting you everything you want, you have no incentive to stop being whatever you're calling narcissistic. So if you have no incentive to stop doing it, why would you ever stop doing it?
Well, first and foremost, being a narcissist hurts other people. It's manipulation. It is marginalization of other people. It's really abuse. It's a pattern of abuse. So the human in you would want to say, I don't want to abuse people, right? That's the human in. First off, narcissists lack empathy. So I really can't empathize with you. It is not intuitive is for being a human. Empathy is counterintuitive to being a human, is what I'm trying to say. When you lack empathy, when you lack understanding, right? These are manipulators, bro. So yes, narcissists are very, very adept and adroit at getting what they want from people. But are they getting it the right way? Are they damaging and hurting people along the way?
I think that's the point we needed to hear, or I needed to hear. Because, I mean, it centers on the humanity. And if you center on that humanity, then that leads to change for me. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad you made that point, for sure.
Yeah, Reggie. Because I was like, what is Reggie? You not finna advocate for the
that makes sense, right?
Okay. I said,
it makes sense, Doc.
Okay, brother. We love you, man.
Yeah.
Always a good call.
Thank you,
Reggie, Austin, Texas in the building. When I come forward, I'm going to stay in Texas. We got Dallas on the line. We got Houston on the line. I'm going to Houston, then Dallas. We on fire tonight. Let's go.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The party of the summer is back. The Hollywood Bowl Jazz Festival returns on June 17th and 18th with an incredible lineup curated by Kamasi Washington and Herbie Hancock. See Kamasi himself, Belle Biv DeVoe, West Coast Get Down with Raphael Sadiq and Leon Bridges, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, Samara Joy, Diggable Planets, Poncho Sanchez, Aziza, The Soul Rebels with Big Frida, and many more. Hosted by Arsenio Hall. Get your tickets now at HollywoodBowl.com. Hollywood Bowl, forever summer.
The Heart of a Black Man, inspiring stories of triumph and resilience. Co-authored by 30 black men. Message of hope and empowerment. RSVP today at MalikBooks.com. Saturday, June 10th at 5 p.m. Westfield Culver City Mall. Come out and meet and greet 4 black men sharing their personal stories. Also, meet newly published co-author Malik Muhammad. Founder of Malik Books and book activist will be discussing and signing his chapter, From Devastation to Elevation. Saturday, June 10th at 5 p.m. RSVP today at MalikBooks.com. Westfield Culver City Mall. Come meet and greet co-authors Dr. Rael Sims, Cornell Ward, and Kendry Berry. Meet and greet book signing event, The Heart of a Black Man at MalikBooks.com.
Your health is important, so keep yourself and your family covered with Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal renewals will be happening soon. So if you have Medi-Cal, make sure you don't miss any important renewal information. If you've moved in the last 3 years, check and update your mailing address, email address, and phone number. Learn more at keepmedicalcoverage.org. That's keepmedicalcoverage.org. Paid for by the California Department of Healthcare Services.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, please don't touch. And keep talking and that's fine. But could you walk and talk at the same time? And it's my name that's on that tag. To remove your bags, let me call you a cab. Standing in the front yard, telling me how I'm such a fool. Talking about I'll never ever find a man like you. You got me twisted. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Baby, you must not know about me. You must not know about me.
Is it empowerment or is it narcissism? You singing to your current man. Well, he's your ex now, but did he know you was with the other dude? Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. You trying to start a war? What you doing? To me, that's narcissism. So you gonna monkey branch the relationship. You gonna let him know it's okay for you to leave. All your stuff is in the box right there to the left. Boy, you think you irreplaceable? You're not irreplaceable. I have another you in a minute. So you're gonna go through the same lesson. That's narcissism to me. We had somebody on the line, they dropped. Truemonger, it ain't us. Andy not hanging up on. He be in the chat going, Andy hanging up on me. What's wrong with Andy? Andy did it to me again. Andy didn't do it. True. I don't know what's going on, brother, but it's okay. Let's get these sisters in here real quick. Call back, True. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Attila from Houston, Texas. Jump in.
What up, Zoe? How are you?
I'm good. You got to give us game on this. I know you know it.
Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, listen. All right, so boom. This is the thing with the female narcissist. The only thing that I'm not hearing from the clips you're playing is them segregating the categories, right? Because there's different types. You got the covert, you got the overt, you got the, what's called malignant, right? So it's going to show up in different ways. Like, to give you an example, I'm not going to blast my family members out, but a particular family member of mine started out more overt and has become covert with time. And that typically happens when the looks fade, right? So, fellas, if you have a narcissistic woman and she's fine, right, like, she's going to be real demanding in everything while she's fine. Those looks fade, and she'll still be narcissistic. It's just going to turn more into a covert style. So it's still her way or the highway. She's just going to use more
subtleties.
Charm.
Yes.
Charm.
Yes.
She's going to be charming.
Sweetness.
Period. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And everything's going to be a problem. You will never be able to do anything good enough. You're going to be constantly asking yourself, like, well, what am I supposed to do? What can I do to make you happy? I mean, in reference to what Sean was saying, as far as, quote unquote, beating a narcissist, I mean, in my opinion, the only way to really beat a narcissist is to discard them first, right? So, and when I say discard, that sounds harsh, but, you know, once you recognize what you're dealing with, it's best to just cold turkey, just quit. If you're going to sit there and try and, like, get your lick back, it's a loss. Especially if this is somebody that's like a work situation or a family situation where they have some like maybe intimate details about you, or you've spent time with them significantly and they know you, right? Like, it's probably not a good idea to try and get your leg back. It's best for you to just move on about your business, because at the end of the day, they play dirty and they will lie. That's why I mentioned the flying monkeys, right? Flying monkeys are the people that you think you're cool with, but actually they got more loyalty to the bitch that you with. The girl that you're with. They don't have any loyalty to you. Loyalty is to the woman that you're with. And you don't really know that until you're in a situation where you're at odds, and those are going to be the people that will fold on you first. So just leave.
Attila with the potty mouth. My goodness. I didn't.
I'm sorry. This topic is really close to home. You don't even understand. Like, I have so many people in my family that fit the exact description of what you're talking about. And unfortunately, if it's a person that looks good on paper, it's even worse, because you wouldn't have any idea. You know, those are going to be the people that are the business owners, the humanitarians, the doctors, the lawyers, you know, the people that have the degrees. They look real good on paper, but, you know, spend some time with their family, or even pay attention to the people closest to them. Do they look drained? Are they kind of barely making it? You know what I mean? Are they showing up fabulous and just, you know, they look real nice, but their family looking a little, you know, those are all signs I think that people tend to miss. And we focus so much on the big flashy, you know, red flag types. And that's honestly not what's getting a lot of people tripped up. It's really, like I said, the more covert games that people are playing.
Can we say that probably the majority of men might be overt narcissists? And can
I would say that's
And can we say the opposite is true for women? The majority of female narcissists may be covert narcissists.
Yes. Yes.
I know people don't want to.
It's far more acceptable. Yeah, it just is.
They don't want to hear that though. I'll tell. Listen, let's just be real. Of most of the women you know, because I remember this old trick we used to do when I was in my 20s. Me and my homeboys, we would say, listen, you want to find out about women, ask a woman if she has any female friends. And listen to her reasoning for why she does or doesn't. And the majority of women that we asked, and I went all over the country doing this. I was crazy. I was at Freaknik doing it. I was everywhere. Do you understand?
Not Freaknik.
I was everywhere asking this question. This is purely anecdotal, but I got a little baseline. And the majority of women would say, I don't fool with women. And I would say, why? And they would run down a litany of reasons for why women don't deal with women as friends. They would say, I'm closer to men. I have a lot of male friends because I can relate to them in a different way than I do with women. And I said, well, why is that? Atala, why is that?
Okay. I mean, that could be, so it's not always like kind of what you think. I think most people assume that the woman that is saying that is automatically narcissistic, and that could definitely be the case. But I think honestly, 9 times out of 10, she might be a victim of said narcissism more than likely, because at the end of the day, when
that's why you're here. That's why you're here. I need you to give me context for my foolishness. Keep going.
It's the mother wound, right? That mother wound is going to change how you interact with your female counterparts, because I mean, the woman that gave birth to you hates you, right? The woman that gave birth to you is constantly putting you in situations to embarrass you, to belittle you, right? You're not going to have the best outlook on your relationships with women. You're just not. And so as someone who has experienced that, I get that. And I think when I was younger and probably a little bit more juvenile, I used to feel that way because I was not getting the best reception from my female counterparts. But the truth is that my picker was off, right? Like I was picking the wrong friends. And so therefore we're kind of repeating the cycle. So that's when you're going to hear statements like that. It's not always like, oh, she's a narcissist, she said that. It's not necessarily true. Narcissistic women are more kind of like the Jezebelic types, and not in the stereotypical like slutty way, like more so in the I want everybody to kind of adore me. So she's probably going to be like the queen bee of her group or something like that, right? So she's actually going to be hanging out with women who she may deem as less than her. I have seen my mother do this on countless occasions. I call it like her kind of taking in like female strays, right? Like it's going to be women that are of need in some sort of way, and again below her on some sense, whether it's morality wise, money wise, materially or whatever. And so that gives her kind of a sense of purpose, because contrary to popular belief, narcissists do want to be loved. Like they want to be embraced, but they want to be embraced with control, not fully vulnerability, like that type of piece. They don't do that. They want complete control. And the only way they can do that is by actually having the flying monkeys and, constant supply and things of that nature. And a lot of times it just leeches off on their children. So it's a lot deeper than what you think. It's not just I don't like girls type of thing. No, it's I probably have a serious mother wound, and, it seems as though I get more attention, or more valid attention from men. But, yeah, it's tough.
Do you think a lot of women get some of this? Of course, the mother wound sets the tone, early childhood, of course, primary caregiver. But then do you think that sets the tone for them becoming mean girls in school, and then they take this mean girl entitled attitude into adult relationships?
See, that's a tough one. I feel like the girls who have that like mean girl vibe, is because they've always been praised. That's the overt narcissism. They've always been told that their ish don't stink. Oh, you're perfect. You're great. You're so smart. I'm telling you, I was born of this. Like, I have seen this. I have heard, female family members speak about their old days. Again, this is post glory days. So I've heard them speak about themselves in a way that just kind of made me sit there and think, like, okay, I mean, what is that? Like, what do you do with that? How does that inform your sense of self today? Because if that was what the basis of your sense of self was adoration, well, you're no longer getting that because you no longer look like that. So how do you get your adoration now? They do it by sucking the life out of you, their child.
Oh my God. And anything that happened in your early childhood is happening in your adult relationship. That's what keeps you a child until you heal it.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. Oh, my goodness. So, can I have some more tips on the narcissistic woman and how she shows up in relationship? We want more tips. The men are listening tonight. The men are really holding on to the speaker. They're in their car. They don't want to get out the car. They're sitting in the driveway right now. We need 2 more tips. Tell us some more about what y'all be doing. Because I know you one of them. I know you one of them. Stop playing. You one of them.
Who is y'all? Y'all, you saying I'm a narcissist?
You their representative tonight.
I don't know about that. No, I'm a case study.
She's having a case study. I was a victim.
No, I mean, in all seriousness, for real. Like, the reason why I know it so well is because I was born from that. I was birthed into that. I've seen it, and I've seen firsthand what it does to your self-esteem and your concept of self-worth. It's horrible. So, no, it's taken a lot of leaps and bounds for me to even get to the place where I can even talk to you on the phone about this because, part of keeping that narcissism within the family is hush-hush. Like, you cannot go and tell anybody. Like I told you on our session. I ain't gonna say what I said on our session, though, but like I told you on our session.
Don't say it.
It's so bad that you can't even confide in other people, right? Other family members. I've literally been punished for this. So I'm not saying this as someone who has done this. I'm saying this as someone who has experienced kind of what it's like to be on the end of their rage. And when basically you decide to be yourself, because like I said, as the daughter, you're supposed to be the image of that narcissistic woman, right? And so if you're not coming out of the factory as that like ready-made, little Barbie doll that they can fix up and comb your hair and all that stuff, if you're not coming out in that way, you're kind of trying to do your own thing or find yourself, you are going to receive the most hurtful, horrible punishment. It's like I'm still trying to patch up the wounds. You feel me? Like it's not a cakewalk.
Well, let me just say, I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing and being so transparent. We love you, Attila. Call in anytime. Houston, Texas is in the building because of Attila. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, we're going to stay in Texas and talk to True Monger, and then we're going to Jacksonville, Florida.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. New York State is making 1 million masks available as Canadian wildfire smoke create poor air quality conditions.
We believe that the N95 mask is an important way that people can stop the air particles from getting into their lungs.
Governor Kathy Hochul says New York State health officials urge people to stay inside but mask up if they go outdoors. Well, President Biden is vetoing a measure that would have overturned his plan to assist with student debt. Biden said in a tweet Wednesday he'll not back down on helping hardworking folks, adding he'll never apologize for helping Americans as they recover from the pandemic. And a former NFL player is getting a second chance at a football career. Former New York Giants and Florida State wide receiver, African-American Travis Rudolph, was found not guilty Wednesday on 4 charges from a 2021 shooting. I'm Julius White on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Humans can do a lot of amazing things. Fighting bugs?
Ew, about get it.
Isn't one of them. STEM is powered by active ingredients found in plants to fight off bugs safely and effectively when used as directed. STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
I feel like
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to partner with the Empowerment Congress, the Gathering Spot, the Institute for Nonviolence, and Days of Dialogue for a Juneteenth program called State of the Freed to educate fellow citizens about the significance of the holiday and efforts around reparations for descendants of slaves living in California. Program participants include California Reparations Task Force member Assemblyman Reginald Jones Sawyer and State Senator Steve Bradford, along with KBLA's own Dominique DePrima, Ariva Martin, Tavis Smiley, and many more. It all happens Saturday, June 10th, and you could be selected to attend this special invitation-only Juneteenth event along with Dominique, Ariva, and Tavis. All you have to do is go to the KBLA 1580 website, click on the Juneteenth State of the Freed icon on the homepage, and register to win entrance into this empowering affair. Or you can watch the live stream of this special Juneteenth event by going to www.empowermentcongress.org/Juneteenth. But head to the KBLA 1580 website right now for your chance to join us live on site Saturday, June 10th for the State of the Freed. This is a Juneteenth community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I feel like Hey LA, keep your utility bills low this summer while making your home the cool place to be. LADWP can help you save hundreds with air conditioner and thermostat rebates, plus free energy efficient home upgrades and simple tips to help you beat the heat and save money. Visit ladwp.com/cool-LA. Join the City of Santa Monica and the Juneteenth Celebration Committee, Inc. for an afternoon of music, unique food, craft vendors, and local resources to celebrate the 31st annual Juneteenth on Saturday, June 17th from 1 to 7 p.m. in Virginia Avenue Park under the theme of Coming Together in Appreciation, Reconciliation, and Commemoration. This year, the main stage will feature a stellar lineup. Local blues artist Sonny Green, who will kick off the event with a lively set of classic soul and blues. Chaz Ross will lead his traditional participatory drumming performance. Victory Boyd will perform original, classic soul, jazz, folk, and gospel music. Arise Roots, a prominent American roots reggae band, and Climax, featuring Cheryl Cooley, will perform their classic songs. Join the City of Santa Monica in the Juneteenth Celebration Committee, Inc. to celebrate the 31st annual Juneteenth on Saturday, June 17th from 1 to 7 p.m. in Virginia Avenue Park in Santa Monica.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the COCO umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCES scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Gotta stay fresh, ma.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Dorothy was a waitress on the promenade. She worked a night shift. Dishwater blonde, tall and fine. She got a lot of tips. Well, earlier I'd been talking stuff in a violent room, fighting with lovers past. I needed someone with a quicker wit than mine. Dorothy was fast. Well, I ordered.
Yeah, let me get a fruit cocktail. I ain't too hungry.
Dorothy laughed. She said, "Sound like a real man to me. You're kinda cute. You wanna take a bath?"
Signs of a female narcissist. Can women be narcissists? Yes. Female narcissists can be as toxic and threatening as male narcissists. What is narcissism? Narcissism refers to thinking very highly of oneself. Narcissists are selfish and have almost no regard for others. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental disorder where you constantly seek attention. You don't care about others and believe you are special and superior, even if you are not. Who is a female narcissist? Narcissistic women can be self-absorbed, vain, lack empathy, and possess a bloated sense of entitlement. They often have a vicious thirst for interpersonal exploitation and can bully their friends, family members, and romantic partners. Although they can pretend to be caring and sweet, they're actually very cruel, vindictive, ruthless, and even abusive. It is really easy to fall into their toxic web, whether you are a man or a woman. This video will help you identify the signs of a female narcissist to help you spot them easily. Signs of a female narcissist. Here are 7 traits of a female narcissist that will help you spot them. Number 1. They are highly concerned about their looks. Physical appearance is very important to the narcissistic woman. From body size to outfits, from fitness to makeup, it is mandatory for them to look good, if not better than others at all times. Number 2. They don't take no for an answer. Having an inflated sense of self, the female narcissist has a strong need to be right at all times. Denial or rejection is considered a direct attack on their self-esteem. Number 3. They can flirt with anyone. A narcissistic woman will flirt even with people they don't like just to get attention. They will use their sexuality and charm as a weapon to get what they want, even if they aren't interested in you. Number 4.
Oh my God. This is prevalent. The examples are just prevalent. It's pervasive. It's ubiquitous. The voice of reason returns to KBLA Talk 1580. We have is your woman tripolar? She, herself, and Sly. A deeper look at life with a narcissistic woman. She, herself, and Sly. She's slick. She's sly. She's manipulative. She uses. And it's about she, herself, and Sly. She's tripolar. We're talking about it tonight, man. Why are so many people afraid to have this conversation? Gosh. Women want equality. They want equity in society and equality. Well, then you gotta embrace your shadow while asking for the equality of it all. Don't come with just an image of, sugar and spice. Because some of them spells you cooking up got snails and puppy dog tails in it. Okay? So, no, all this Mrs. Nice Woman and Mrs. Nurturer, it's not true. If you can, think of how dark you got to be to weaponize nurturing. Ooh. Some of y'all weaponize charm and nurturing and sweetness. That's what makes you a narcissist. 1-800-920-1580. We got callers on the line. Everybody wants to talk about it. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, it's Shevitz. What are we doing tonight?
Oh, man. Wow. I think more people have dealt with this than they're willing to admit. I've experienced this a couple of times where being in relationships and even so-called friendships after that relationship didn't work out. It just seemed like their patterns kept continuing, and either they refused to address it, or they were never aware of it, or they didn't think it was that serious. But that narcissism, everybody has a degree of it, I guess. But when you with somebody and they completely dismiss what you may be going through, what you tell them, they're like what you tell them doesn't matter, and they always focus on them, their thoughts and feelings and whatever it is they're going through is always more of a priority than what y'all are going through together or what you may be dealing with. It turns into a problem.
And Drew, can I hit you with this? Because I want to run this by you. We live in a society that is currently labeled as, a cancel culture kind of society.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that one of the traits of narcissism? That
pretty much
you can't criticize or critique or give your opinion about a prevailing idea or thought. And if you do, right, if you go against this popular thought or this popular sentiment, you're somehow villainized. So if we're being raised in a culture that doesn't allow for freedom of speech, for freedom of truth even, right? Because your truth might be different from my truth, and my truth should have the same respect that your truth is given, right? But we live in a society that will shut down an unpopular truth, right? Is that indicative of living in a narcissistic society, which would give rise to narcissistic men and women? Your thought?
Indeed. It sounds like a bunch of narcissistic puppets. They just follow along with what's popular instead of actually thinking.
Wow.
Everybody, like you said, everybody has their own experiences, and you get 10 people in a room, they can all see the same thing, all experience the same thing, but they all gonna come with something different.
And there should be room for that, right? There should be room for those differences, right?
It should be, but people like to have their minds controlled. Obviously, they don't like to think for themselves. They don't like to. They always think they may think that their opinion doesn't matter, so they just go along to get along. That doesn't work. That really doesn't work. you might well you're a mental slave at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just go along with what society tell you, I mean, society don't ever have people's best interest in mind.
Right, brother.
I mean, why would you want to go along with that?
Jeez.
But you have to open your mind to see that. A lot of people don't want to do that. They just want to capitulate.
That's right.
Well, you know what the real word is, but I'm not gonna say it on the air.
I understand.
But you know,
hey.
That's just how some people are. You just got to be able to let yourself from that and sit back and see what it really is.
Yeah, man.
And then we really don't vibe like that. But it's getting harder and harder these days.
That's right. Hey, True, I appreciate the call. Thank you, man. You brought Dallas, Texas in the building. When we come forward, we're going to Jacksonville, Florida, and then Denver, Colorado. People have something to talk about.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Despite pushback from franchise owners, the Assembly passes fast food workers bill. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Assembly Bill 1228, known as the Fast Food Franchiser Responsibility Act, authored by Assemblymember Chris Holden, was passed off the Assembly floor with 42 votes in favor of the legislation, while 22 members of the Assembly voted against the bill. Some reasons Holden and supporters of this bill find it necessary is due to the reported wage theft of fast food workers, claims of violence at work, sexual harassment and assault claims, denied sick days, intense heat, poor workplace safety practices, as well as claims of retaliation for speaking out. Holden was reported saying, quote, "This does not imply that all fast food franchises mistreat their workers. It's clear that we must ensure our fast food workers are able to thrive in their workplace and their communities," end quote.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You'll never make me stay, so take
said, get them female narcissists out of here. Let me be. Hey, Michael Jackson, y'all know what it is. The greatest entertainer of all time, hands down, bar none. And let me just do this real quick. Prince, happy birthday, brother. Fellow Gemini, you know, I ride with us. I ride with us, Prince. I ride with us, man. But I got to tell the truth where the truth is, man. Mike is the greatest now. You the flip side of the coin. Two, you know, each coin got two sides. It's a great coin. Mike is on one side, Prince on the other side. But Mike is heads, Prince is tails. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Prince. The voice of reason has returned to KBLA Talk 1580. We've got sisters in the building. They want to talk about it. Let's get Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida on the line right now. It's your time to shine. Get at me.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, everyone.
You got to turn your living room down. Whatever you listening to, I can hear me in the background. Turn it down, sweetheart, while you're on the line.
Everything's all down now.
Okay, thank you. Are you going to share some of your... I'm not saying you're a narcissist, but I'm sure you've seen some female narcissists before. You've had some experiences, right?
I will say that women, we can be narcissists, but men, y'all can teach a class. And I will say this. I have narcissistic tendencies.
Wait, hold on. What you're not going to do is turn it around on us. She said, y'all could teach it. This ain't even about us. I acknowledged that we the problem. I already said that. Okay.
You did.
All right. I'm sorry.
I have narcissistic tendencies. When I was younger, I think I my femininity a little bit more because I was younger, and the type of men that I had relationships with, my partners, they were hoodish, you know, hoodish type men. And
I love the way you just tiptoe around. You saying it, but you are very delicate in saying it, and I love it. Please continue to be soft, sister. I love it. Come on, Mimi, keep talking.
I was attracted to thuggish type roughnecks, type men. And, you want to do new things like a wine class or something different, and they say no. So you have to do things, you have to, use my voice, use my femininity, convince him that it's a good idea, But as I got older, I realized I was still doing it. I don't do it as much. Now I'm at the point where I use my voice, and it's just, look, baby, let's just try this, And that works, and I try his things. It's just like, I don't want to have Cheetos and watch the game every weekend. I just don't want to do that.
Hey, let's go, Mimi. Yay. Hey. Hey, Mimi, we had to play your record. I'm sorry. We had to represent you. I get it.
Can I say one last thing? I've graduated from that, and now it's more sophisticated, educated thugs. Educated, though.
Okay, cool. I'm with you. Mimi, we appreciate the call. Thank you. Love Jacksonville, Florida in the building. Mimi. Listen, for all y'all making excuses for women, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys are on some Master Jedi level manipulation. When you can turn nurturing and femininity and feminine wiles into a tool for manipulation, empires have fallen at the feet. Come on. Cleopatra ran all over the Middle East and Europe and ancient Egypt. Oh, come on now. Cali Soul, get in here. Denver, Colorado. Get in here, Cali.
Peace, Zoe, and everybody. I've been in and out on this conversation tonight, so I hope that I don't say anything that's going to be repeated. But Disney is big at fault in regards to women being narcissists because it taught us how to be princesses. I also think that the term baddie is synonymous with women narcissists. And I went to the Roots picnic last weekend, and it was crazy. I got to see Lauryn Hill, who was trying to get us right in our heads and speak life into us and rearrange the way people were thinking about how we viewed femininity and how we respected ourselves. And then they had Glorilla and City Girls talking about, I don't need a job, I am a job. I don't cook, I don't clean. You know, like all of this stuff. We look at the rappers and stuff of today, the women rappers of today, they're not speaking life no more. They're narcissists, and they're teaching society's women to be narcissists, the ones that's listening at least. And then reality TV is another part of that too. I look at some of these reality shows, and I'm like, don't none of the women in my group run like this. Don't none of the women and sisters in my circles behave this way. Like, we genuinely support each other and love each other. We don't tear each other down. We don't fight and throw each other in the pool with sequin dresses on. You know, so we have to resist this programming that's happening because it's really trying to ruin our families and our culture.
Well, as always, you call, you drop jewels. We love you. Thank you for bringing Denver, Colorado in the building. Cali Soul, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, as you know how I do. I start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. When we look at the different types of narcissists, you have an overt narcissist, or AKA the grandiose, classic narcissist. Then there's a covert narcissist, AKA insecure or vulnerable narcissist. Then you have the communal narcissist. Then you have the malignant narcissist. Then you have a healthy narcissist. Listen, you could discover a lot of things if you pay attention to yourself. You pay attention to the type of things you do in terms of neglecting yourself. Because whatever you do to you, you're going to call in a lesson. And you have to pay attention to the lesson when it shows up, man. I think we all suffer from some level of narcissism on some level, but relationship gonna reveal it all if you paying attention. Now, I lit the fire. Tomorrow, you already know what's going down. Tomorrow's my Friday, so I'm gonna hit you with another heavy topic. But to keep the fire lit, Danny Morrison is coming in here with another slapper. He gonna keep the fire lit well into the evening, well into the late night hour. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm the voice of reason. Don't get it twisted. I still got a lot to talk about. Tap in tomorrow.